Welcome to Shorr Solutions, the podcast. I'm your host, Jay Shorr. I'm the CEO and founder of Shorr Solutions, a national and award-winning consulting firm assisting aesthetic and surgical practices with their operational, administrative, and financial success. I have an amazing team of practice management experts and clients across the U.S., and as an industry expert with firsthand experience owning a multi-million-dollar cosmetic dermatology and plastic surgery practice, listen in as I lend you my expertise and best tips to successfully manage and grow your aesthetic practice. I will also be bringing in guests along the way, so get ready to be equipped to operate your aesthetic practice strategically and profitably. Welcome to Shorr Solutions, the podcast. Welcome to another episode of Shorr Solutions, the podcast, and I'm your host, Jay Shorr. Welcome to episode number 114, Thriving in Aesthetics, Preventing Burnout for Providers and Staff. Now, why do I say that? Does that ever happen to you? No, it never happens to anybody. Let's talk about what employee burnout is first. Burnout is a state of mental, physical, and emotional exhaustion from excessive workload, extended work hours, high-pressure environments, or a lack of support and resources. Addressing it involves strategies to reduce stress, first of all, then improve work-life balance, and promote a supportive work environment. Do any of these sound like it's happening to you? Of course it does. We all have mental, physical, and emotional exhaustion. Don't deny it. We all have heavy workloads. We all have extended work hours, and we are in a high-pressure environment dealing with people all the time. So let's get through these. What is the impact of burnout in your practice? Well, let's go through the tips. Tip number one, make sure that you are driving your to-do list and that your to-do list isn't driving you. Ensure that you create SMART goals. In this graphic, this lady has all these Post-it notes of all different colors on her steering wheel. Now, that's a little excessive, but do you ever look at somebody's monitor in the office and look on the window or on their board, and they've got all these Post-it notes, but guess what? Many of them never make it off of the monitor or on the board, but I can tell you that many more make it on. So make sure that you drive that to-do list and that it doesn't drive you. Tip number two, we have to learn how to delegate tasks. You know, people say that if I want it done right, I'll do it myself. How many times have you heard that? I'll just do it myself. It'll get done faster. Well, that just prevented you from doing something else properly. So let's talk about delegating of tasks. If you are a derm practice or a facial reconstructive plastic or a plastics and reconstructive, and you have insurance claims, delegate that to somebody. I'm not even so sure that doing it internally is always the best. Maybe you pay a percentage to somebody, delegate it, and you can just oversee it. The same with billing. I know people say, I want to do it myself, so I have my finger on the pulse. That's okay if you know how to do it right and you can multitask. Social media posting. You're in a small practice, let's say, so you want to do that all yourself. Give it to the professionals who can do it right, and then you can post for ancillary posts. Don't have to worry about giving it up. You can do ancillary posts as well. And serving as the patient care coordinator and doing all the above in one position. You have the patient care coordinator doing insurance claims, billing, social media posting, answering the phones, checking in, checking out, sweeping the floor. Oh, did I also mention they're also your medical assistant and your scrub check? They do everything except practice medicine. Make sure that you delegate these tasks. Yes, it can cost you a little bit more in payroll, but in the end, when your business grows into these things, you can have other people doing them for you. Tip number 3, you need to develop a strong and a skilled team. I know everyone's saying, but Jay, I can't find any good help in New York City. I can't find any good help in Miami. Nashville, Chicago, Dallas, Denver, Beverly Hills, San Francisco, New England. I'm sorry, did I mention that? How about everywhere around the country? I hear this all the time. There are good people. So when you develop them, number one, train and empower your staff to take on more responsibilities where they can. Regularly acknowledge and reward your staff. Let people know they're doing a great job. People love knowing that they're appreciated. Continue in education to keep skills fresh and feeling competent. Example, when I had a practice, there was a major conference in Las Vegas, and I had 29 staffers, and I took my entire team to a medical conference. This November, there is a major conference in Miami Beach, and I am taking my entire team to the Global Aesthetic Conference in Miami Beach so that they can hear all types of different ways and meet people as well. And organize fun team building activities outside of work. It doesn't always have to be at work, but make sure that you do it with respect and you do it with decency and limit the alcohol so that you don't have any responsibility for it. Tip number 4, you need to take a break from technology from time to time. Go into a restaurant, go into an office, go anywhere, and you will see people from 6 years old to 85 years old, 90 years old, sitting on a mobile device. They don't even talk to each other, a whole family, mother, fathers, children. They don't even talk to each other anymore. They're texting, they're looking, they're playing games. So create a plan for who's going to cover the following. Responding to patient emails. That has to be done almost right away. Because if you think you're the only one patients are calling or patients are sending email leads to, you're mistaken. The early bird catches the worm. Yes, we're going to take a quick break and a slight intermission. I'd like to take a moment to tell you about our Conversion Cascade online course. With this self-guided and powerful course, you and your team will be able to master acquiring and retaining more patients. As a step-by-step sales funnel training, this course is designed to help you and your team attract more patients, convert calls to consults, convert consults to treatments and procedures, and keep patients coming back for more. Not only will our Conversion Cascade online course help to strengthen and develop your team's phone sales and customer service skills, it will also serve as a valuable onboarding training tool for each and every new team member. Plus, in the course, you'll receive downloadable marketing checklists, phone scripts, conversion tracking tools, and more. So why not sign up for the course today? It only takes less than 4 hours to complete, and you can finish at your own pace, and you'll have lifetime access. And as a special thank you for being our podcast listener, we're giving you 20% off. Just enter the discount code PODCAST to start saving today. Click the link in our show notes to sign up for the Conversion Cascade online course. Acquire and retain more patients right now. Create a plan for who's going to cover staff issues. It can't always be you, the doctor, or you, the manager. There have to be people that are empowered to handle staff issues. I had supervisors in my practice, and I had managers, and I let them go up the chain. False alarm calls from the alarm company, fire company, etc. Take a break from it. Create plans on who's going to be able to handle all these things because you can't do it all. Tip number 5, know what your team values and not just what you value. Teams value being treated with respect, and I mean respect. Never chastise somebody in public. Praise in public, chastise in private. Give them a work-life balance. Yes, we all want people to do the most that they can, but if they need to do things for their family, do things for their children, do something even for themselves to take a little bit of a break, give people a work-life balance. Give fair benefits. I don't care if it's holidays, sick pay, personal time off, 401k, simple IRA, defined benefit program. Everybody wants fair benefits because that might separate between you and another employer. It's not always dollars of pay. And self-care items, gym memberships, meal subscriptions. I know in my former practice and in my company today, we will offer X amount of dollars. It's a reimbursable expense if you do something for health and nutrition. And also, we will match your contribution for philanthropy. So if you want to give to a charity, political and religious excluded, we will match that benefit to a certain dollar amount. Tip number 6, serve as a role model. Don't just tell your staff what you expect of them, show them. Let people know that you're not afraid to do anything that you're asking them to do. It goes a long way. Tip number 7, you have to remove negativity from your office. Negativity is metastatic. It is contagious. If you don't stop it, it will go from one person to another. Cut the yelling. There is no yelling in the office. And the worst thing that anyone could have ever done to me is do not roll your eyes. That is a non-verbal 2-word response. All right? Latenesses and absences, tardiness. You have to remove that in your office because everybody has a job to do. We can't have everybody covering everybody. Some of these are 0 tolerance items. Some of these are 1 and 2 tolerance items, but you have to do what's fair for one has to be fair for all, and none of the gossiping. You have to remove that. You're not allowed to gossip about a fellow employee. You're not allowed to gossip about a patient, and no discussing of politics in your office. Because, especially today, it's very demeaning, and there are people in your office of multi-political parties. I don't care if it's Democrat, Republican, Libertarian, Independent. You've got to cut away from that because you're going to offend somebody. We have to stop away from that. Tip number 8, find another hobby. Work doesn't count. Now, I love what I do. I love dealing with the client. When I had the practice, I love dealing with the patients. I love going to conferences. I love speaking. However, that's not my hobby. My hobby is golf. And I am a totally different human being when I leave to go on the golf course. It used to be diving, but then I got too old. So find another hobby because work doesn't count. Tip number 9, embrace healthy habits. You have to drink enough water. I don't care if it's regular water. I don't care if it's vitamin water, electrolyte water. Eat good, healthy, balanced meals. Breakfast is the most important meal, so whether or not you want to do intermittent fasting, but you have to do healthy habits. Get enough sleep. 8 hours is optimum. I don't know who gets 8 hours anymore. Exercise, diet, exercise, nutrition. It'll make you feel good. It'll make you more productive. And spend time with friends and family. They make you feel good, get the endorphins going, may bring you back to when you were a kid, when you're doing things with the kids. And lastly, automate things as much as possible so that it doesn't upset and aggravate you. 1, contract or membership renewal reminders, patient appointment scheduling and follow-ups. Automate all of these things so you don't always have to be making these calls, all right? People love to get the text messages. I love getting patient follow-up and schedule follow-ups for me when I have to have an appointment, even though it's in my mobile device. When I leave one doctor's office and they want to give me the appointment card, no, that's okay. I'll put it in my phone. Why? Because then it goes on my Outlook, it goes on my iPad, it goes on my iPhone. I get scheduling follow-up calls, automated. I get beeps and dings and dongs from my mobile devices. Automate how you order supplies and inventory management so that it makes it easy and you don't have to do everything manually. And even automate personal items like your groceries. Make your life simple. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for spending another day with me on episode number 114 of Shorr Solutions, the podcast, Thriving in Aesthetics, Preventing Burnout for Providers and Staff. I'm your host, Jay Shorr. Good luck. God bless.
So that wraps up today's episode of Shorr Solutions, the podcast. If we mentioned any website links, you can find them in our show notes. To work directly with me and our award-winning team of consultants to increase efficiency, increase revenue, and decrease costs in your aesthetic practice, schedule a free consult with us today. We will help you establish and refine your aesthetic practice's protocols for maximum efficiency and productivity, decrease your expenses, and increase your profitability with an expert financial analysis of your business, attract more patients, convert calls to consults, convert consults to treatments, and keep patients coming back for more with our sales training, coaching, and complimentary access to our Conversion Cascade online course. Recruit, hire, and train new team members and manage any staff turnover with our human resource expertise, plus more. Head over to our show notes and click on the link to schedule a free 30-minute consult with us today. And if you enjoyed today's episode, don't forget to spread the word and share this episode with your friends, colleagues, and the rest of your team. Remember to also follow us on social media at Shorr Solutions and sign up for our e-newsletter. You'll learn about our latest tips, blog posts, services, videos, webinars, and more. Links to our social media channels and to sign up for our e-newsletter are in our show notes. So see you next time, and remember to leave us a review and subscribe for more valuable content.